Welcome back. You're tuned into Property It's Hot. Time now for our Go Green segment. Now we all twitch our noses or turn our gaze away from those overflowing garbage dumps that we see across our cities in India. You want something to be done about that but don't know where to start. Well, you can make a huge difference to a city's waste generation if you start treating your waste right at home. Here's what my report says. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Swachh Bharat mission may be a much-needed step towards improving the state of our cities, but real change starts from home. And you must be the change you want to see in the world. How, you ask? Well, to start with, you can treat and compost your waste right at home. At the Arora household in Delhi, the lady of the house, Megha Arora, apart from being a busy doctor and a smart homemaker, is also a waste warrior. Megha looks at the waste that her family kitchen generates as gold and not garbage. She composts all her organic waste herself at home, and this lush balcony garden is a result of the rich manure that her kitchen waste has generated through aerobic composting. All it took was a one-time investment of just 2,000 rupees to buy a compost pot and 5 minutes every few days.
हर हफ्ते अगर 5 किलो का वेजिटेबल वेस्ट जनरेट होता है और वो 5 किलो का जो वेजिटेबल वेस्ट है मैं कंपोस्ट में डालती हूँ तो सालाना 250 किलो और 2 साल में 500 किलो वेस्ट मेरे ही कारण, सिर्फ मेरे घर के कारण वो कचरे के डब्बे में नहीं गया.
This indigenous 3-tiered terracotta compost pot called the Khamba has been developed by Poonam Veer Kasturi, who through her organization Daily Dump is inspiring many across India to find value in their waste. Poonam's team estimates that through their pan-India network of customers who are composting with the Khamba, they have managed to keep away almost 15,000 kilograms of organic waste from landfill sites every day. Why is this such a big achievement? Well, food waste decomposes to produce methane, a powerful greenhouse gas that is accelerating global warming and changing weather patterns across the world.
In the 4,000, 5,000 tons that are made in a city, 60% of that is organic. And out of that, about 70-80% is generated at homes. So if you do the numbers, every human being, every citizen of India has this power to make a change. And that's why they should start at home. If you really look at the bigger picture, you're looking at toxicity. You're not poisoning earth, soil, air, water, and all of that are connected and they come back to us in our food streams. So I keep telling people, you see, the ROI is in how much you're saving natural capital.
Composting with the terracotta pot is simple and can fit in your flat and your busy schedule easily. Your raw material is in your kitchen dustbin, and for the rest, nature takes its own course.
You need to dump your kitchen waste and cover it with dry leaves. So you start with the first pot, you start filling your pot with your kitchen waste, and every time you dump your kitchen waste, you have to cover it with dry leaves. And once this pot is filled up, you move it to the middle and get the middle one on top. So as you can see, this is the pot that was filled up first, and you can see that it has already started decomposing. And once this pot is, the first pot that you will filling is also filled up, you will transfer the contents of the middle pot to the lowermost pot. So you will transfer the contents to the lowermost pot, which is essentially meant for maturing of the compost. The basic process that one needs to follow is that it is aerobic composting. So the pot has got pores in it for the air to go in it, and twice a week you have to give it a nice stir so that more and more air goes into the pile. So now we need to sieve to get our compost. If we just pour in the content to the sieve basket, you can see that a fine powder is already coming out of the basket.
Simple use of dried leaves or dried coconut husk to cover the organic waste in the pot ensures there is no foul odor or insects. So it's time we stopped waiting for our municipalities and governments to get their act together. If you want to keep your city clean, take ownership of your own waste. Segregate, compost, recycle, and give back to Mother Earth. Vasudha Sharma, NDTV. We bring you one beautiful home every week on our show, and this week's abode belongs to the reigning Kathak queen of today, who is also a Padma Shri awardee, Shobna Narayan. This acclaimed Kathak maestro opened her doors for Nidhi Rai, who brings you an exclusive look at her home. Her style of dancing is passionate, elegant, and a vibrant tribute to Kathak's glorious heritage. Her house also reflects these shades of her personality. It is warm, loving, and welcoming. The entrance of her house gives away that you're entering a dancer's abode. The Lord of Dance, Nataraj, invites you with the many diyas, bells, and a Persian kilim. Then there is a Gujarati chest for storage that's decorated with copper idols and has an interesting charoka on it. The Padma Shri, along with her other honours, take up a complete wall.
This house is truly an extension of Shobna Narayan's personality. A perfect blend of elegance and class. Adorned with a lot of artifacts and heirlooms. Full of carpets, crystals, candles, and a lot of buddhas. It has an old charm to it, which is very difficult to find nowadays.
The drawing room is divided in two parts. The smaller part has a wooden sofa and chairs with an interesting wooden table in the center. All around the house you see paintings and photographs, many gifted either by a disciple or an eminent personality. This black painting, for instance, is from Thailand, given to Shobna Narayan as a Guru Dakshina. Right beside it, you see a collection of artifacts from Jharkhand packed in an elegant frame. While moving to the other part of the drawing room, you see a huge charoka paired with an old trunk and copper diyas.
I think it was sometime in the 80s, 84, 85. My sister and I were just walking around and there was an exhibition. We just walked in and saw 2 or 3 charokas. And we liked it, so we just bought it.
The main sitting area has a gold-colored sofa with a silver table in the center. Everything that's been gifted to Shobna Narayan and her husband that are precious memorabilia for the couple has been preserved in 2 wooden cabinets. The drawing room wall has an interesting Madhubani painting gifted by Akhlaqur Rahman Kidwai, the ex-governor of Bihar. Each piece of art displayed in the house has a story to tell. But the most interesting story is that of Shobna's lehenga.
That one is the lehenga which my mother put me in when I was 2.5 years old and took me to the great dancing doyen of that time, Sadhana Bose in Calcutta, who was my first guru. And in fact, when Shadna ji saw me and my little size, she was aghast and she told my mother in Bengali, "Koler bacha niye escho, god ka bachcha lekar aayo." You brought to me a babe in arms. So that is it. So my mother had preserved it.
Every part of the house has been designed with wooden cupboards with plenty of storage space. Except the dining room, which is painted a subtle red, the entire house is painted yellow. The artwork displayed in the dining room has been gifted by eminent artists. Like this black sketch was gifted to Shobna by the famous painter Subodh Poddar, inspired by one of her many dance moves. Her first disciple Shruti Gupta Chandra gifted her this masterpiece as her Guru Dakshina. It has the hands of the legendary Hindi writer Jainendra Kumar.
He and I did it up together. You know, we don't believe in having somebody outsiders coming and sort of with whatever we have, we just both of us did it. So we'd sit and stand and say, okay, shall we put this here? Shall we put this there?
The remaining part of the house is connected with a little corridor that she treats as her wall of fame. It displays photographs depicting Shobna's life and her journey. Two of her husband's favorite pictures other one clicked by Avinash Pasricha, who is a pioneer in dance photography. Finally, we reach the living room, which is again stacked with books and has a huge wooden closet. One of her most interesting possessions is an old spool player, which much to her surprise works. Thank you for staying with us on Property It's Hot. We will come to you every weekend with reviews of property markets, special property showcases and trends in Indian home decor. You can write to us at hotproperty@ndtv.com. That's it from me today. Goodbye and have a good week.